And it was quite a display as the Trailblazers arrived at the arena. A lot of thought put into those outfits. The game arrival, sponsored by Express. Dress like a pro. You're looking live and down at the Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles, California. The setting for our broadcast tonight. Thanks for joining our Tuesday night broadcast of the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan along with Craig Anthony and Brent Barry, our terrific analysts, and David Aldridge is our sideline reporter. The starters for the Portland Trailblazers, Mccullum the 2 and Hood the 3. Whiteside is out there with Anthony. It's Lillard in at the point. And for Los Angeles, we've got Williams. Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then there's Embiid, and it's Richardson at the 2-guard spot. And tonight, Brent, classic battle of pivot men. Talk about some of your favorite center matchups historically.
Well, we hear a lot, we see a lot in terms of the nostalgia of Wilt Chamberlain going up against Bill Russell. I remember years watching in front of the television Hakeem Olajuwon playing against David Robinson in some Western Conference battles. I don't know that we're going to see that much in the next 4 or 5 years, Kevin. We know where the game is going, and those matchups end up becoming somewhere near the three-point line nowadays.
Now here's Mccollum, following the miss by Lou Williams. Lillard finds Whiteside. Back to Lillard. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Hood up top. Over Morris. Hood can't get it to go. Here's the Clippers. And pushing it up. Here's the Clippers. And a miss there on the triple. And so Hood will bring it up for the Trailblazers. Anthony on the wing. Shoots over Embiid. Anthony's shot is off. Williams with the ball. Lillard picks him up. And Lillard is going to pick up a foul. That's his first foul. And about a minute gone here in the first quarter.
That's pretty good defense from Rodney Hood. Just great position and used his length to distract the shooter.
And the pass to Mccullum. Lillard outside. Offline with his 3.
Yeah, a little bit surprising he hasn't connected on at least one of his 3 shots yet, but he's going to keep shooting.
Los Angeles with another miss.
Yeah, scoreless here early after their first 4 shots. They right now are searching for a bucket.
Mccollum outside. Kicks it out to Lillard. Off target from 3-point range.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Well, you see the improvement in terms of high-level playmaking, a great understanding of all the offensive scheme that Kawhi Leonard possesses.
Now, here's Lillard, and we know he can score. He's averaging around 21.5 points a game. Dishes it to Mccollum. The tray sinks the 3-pointer.
And boy, did they need that one. Their first make in the 5 field goal attempts they've had.
Williams passes to Embiid. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played, misses from short range. Down low, here's Whiteside, and the layup falls.
Yeah, Hood does a good job there of surveying the floor and being ready to deliver the pass.
Clippers trail by 3.
And go back to 2015, the Blazers lost 4 of their 5 starters in the offseason. So instead of rebuilding, they retooled around Damian Lillard, and what a piece to retool behind. Amazing how far they've come in the past couple seasons, where they've placed in the Western Conference.
And it's the Clippers with the ball. Back to Richardson. Morris outside. Hood against Leonard. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here. And the dunk by Embiid.
There are only a few players in the league who can hit a teammate like that in stride. Beautiful assist.
Portland's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Well, you know, Brent, you've got to give a lot of credit to the Blazers front office, continuing to fortify this roster with under-the-radar acquisitions.
Interesting adjusting around a couple of albatross contracts to now have a team that's capable at positions that a lot of teams are trying to fill. That's the wing position.
Here's Anthony, following the score by Josh Richardson.
Melo's still bringing the passion to the floor. No matter what's going on around, he's still going to be a gamer.
The Trailblazers shooting their first shots from the free throw line tonight. First one falls for him. No good on the second free throw. Even this early on, Brent, have you been on teams where you just knew changes were coming down the road?
Yeah, most of that, Kevin, I think happens because of internally what's going on with the team. Yeah, on the floor, you're going to see guys operating in the offense, playing pick and roll, but
it's behind the curtains where you begin to feel, right?
Good executives and good coaching staffs understand communicating to the people in the front office to say, hey, if we stay this way, our potential, instead of growing, is not knowing how low we're going to go. Exactly. So we need to make some changes.
The Clippers shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
First free throw is good.
Remember, Josh Richardson, a second-round pick. He has come a long way in this league in a short time. A great athlete who shoots it well and enjoys playing the D.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Montrezl Harrell comes in for Marcus Morris. And it's Jackson in for Williams. And the Trailblazers making a change here as well. Simons, he's checked in for Lillard. Now here's Anthony. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game.
And Melo operating in the mid-range, he does such a great job of finding open areas out there where he knows he can dominate.
Here's Jackson. One up, one down, 2 points with his first shot this game.
Resourceful move there. That was not an easy one to convert.
Now, showing off a little bit on that one. That's a play when your coach goes, no. Okay, good play. Get back on defense.
Simons, the pass to Whiteside. To the paint from 10 feet out. That one's rebounded by Embiid. And here's Embiid. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. Here's Leonard. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
With his developing handle, Leonard now has defenders at his mercy when on the bounce.
Pass to Whiteside. Back to Mccullum. Hits the jumper in space. McCollum's got 5 points so far. The Clippers in the lead. Richardson outside. Here's Embiid. He can't get it to go. So the Trailblazers will take it the other way. Hood against Richardson. Pass to Whiteside. Here's Simons. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Just 5 on the clock. From deep three-point range. Good work defensively by Richardson.
And you have to admire his confidence on that, but there's no way that's going to fall.
Coaches will tell you that's a bad shot, but when your teammates tell you that, you probably got to think about it.
Now here's Leonard. And he can certainly fill it up when they need him to. He's averaging almost 21 points a game.
Maybe a time to rest him right now. Just give him a bit of a breather. Try to help him get back on track.
Now here's McCollum. Kawhi Leonard unable to get his shot to go. Anthony left side. Looking for Hood. He gets it there. Leonard with the steal. 1:09 left in the first quarter. Richardson, good.
Richardson shooting it now from deep. Good touch on the long ranger.
Trailblazers trail by 5. Pass to Whiteside. It's McCollum on the wing. Richardson covering. Embiid against Whiteside. Now here's McCollum. Tight defense on him. They get the rebound. Whiteside, no good.
That's the only kind of defense that's going to cut the mustard here tonight. You got to stay on top of a guy like that who can play at such a high level offensively.
Embiid finds Harrell. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. Embiid against Whiteside. Here's Harrell. And it's Whiteside with the rebound. Whiteside's got 5 rebounds tonight. Now the pass to Anthony. Lays it up off the glass. Anthony's got 5 now.
Oh, great pass by Whiteside, hanging in that play.
Left side Jackson, and the last second attempt doesn't fall. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Clippers lead by 3. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Yeah, that worked wonders for them in the quarter. We'll see what kind of adjustments get made.
Trailblazers trail by 3.
And last season for the Clippers, it was a collection of smaller guys who played big.
They're very effective with those kind of lineups with shorter, very effective offensive players out there. And Lou Williams being a catalyst for what they were doing, coming off the bench and providing a spark. You know, in the fourth quarter, there was always an opportunity for the Clippers, if the game was close, to rely on Lou Williams to get the job done.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. On the court for the Trailblazers, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCullum. Good out there with Anthony, and it's Whiteside in at the center position. Now here's Jackson, following the miss by Carmelo Anthony. Over to the left wing. 5 to shoot. 13 feet away. And it's Portland with the rebound. Whiteside's got his 6th rebound on the night. And we play just over a minute of basketball here in the second quarter. Here's Jackson. Nice D from Lillard.
There's a little bit of pressure on him, but not enough to cause him to miss a shot that's in that close.
It's tipped. Stolen by Jackson. And it's Leonard missing. The Los Angeles Clippers come into this one following a loss to Washington. That's a 2 from Hood. Portland no good that time either. And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for Los Angeles. In the second quarter, they've given up just 3 points. He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Lou Williams won 6th Man of the Year for the 3rd time last season. He joined Kevin McHale and Detlef Schrempf as the only players to win the award in consecutive seasons. And with the most career points ever scored off the bench, maybe they should just name this award after him. Kevin?
David, I'm all for it. Thank you so much. And boy, is he in good company. So timeout called here, the first for Portland. Sometimes when a shooter misses a wide open shot, Brent, you hear, oh, he had too much time. I mean, is that really a thing?
I mean, in life, do we really have to? You never have too much time.
Never have too much time.
You can never have too much time.
I think about Marc Gasol, like in the finals and the playoffs last year. He would sit there and no one would even be around him.
And he's tiptoeing like, do I shoot? Do I shoot? I think it messes with you just in terms of the psychological part about, like,
it's got
why,
you. It's
why
got
isn't
you.
anybody guarding me here? Well, if you're a bad shooter, there's a really good reason why they're not guarding you.
for the Clippers. Patrick Patterson, he's checked in for Harrell. Marcus Morris comes in for Leonard. And it's Williams in for Josh Richardson. Trailblazers trail by 5. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Lillard scanning the floor. Over Jackson, down to 5 on the shot clock. And Lillard gets it to go. Lillard's got 5 points so far. Jackson passes to Zubac. Now here's Jackson. He gives a bit of a scoring lift to the team, averaging 8 points a game. And it's blocked. Here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played. Lillard with it. 5 points in the game. Back to Ariza. Pass to Trent. Launches a 3. And the rejection by Zubac. With some arc. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers.
How about the timing he shows there to challenge that shot?
Yeah, not easy to do there, and that's a guy that you can tell takes every possession defensively very seriously.
Here's Lillard. Patrick Patterson picking up that last bucket. Back to Lillard. Over Jackson. And it's Lillard missing.
Right thing there to stay that tight on him and really try to keep him out of his comfort zone.
And Jackson throws it down hard.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. Here's Trent after the basket by Los Angeles. Nurkic the pass to Trent. Got a piece of it, and it's out of bounds to Portland. They'll retain possession. Lillard against Jackson. Shot clock at 5. Pulls up on the wing. Lillard misses.
Well, mid-range is where he makes the money. So when the D's slow to get out on him, always surprising to see him miss from there.
Trailblazers trail by 7. And here's Ariza. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Out to the right wing. Nurkic the pass to Trent. Out of bounds. The Clippers take possession. Embiid, he's checked in for Zubac. Clippers leading by 7. Now Jackson. 6 points for him. Patterson, that's good. Patterson's got 5 points in the quarter.
Well, Patterson being a little more assertive in the offense here tonight, ready to shoot that time off the direct pass.
Lillard the pass to Trent. To halt the run. And he overshot that one, missing.
Maybe there are ways to contribute that don't involve shooting the basketball. That's the best way that maybe he can help them out in trying to win this game.
Now here's Embiid. Shoots over Nurkic. Embiid, no good.
You wonder, with Nurkic last year getting hurt, just how much further the Blazers could have gone. Again, carried by C.J. Mccollum and Damian Lillard. Their unbelievable dynamic duo at the guard position. But the defensive anchor all year long had been Nurkic.
And with their high-powered back, Brent, Nurkic providing the Blazers with that sorely needed paint presence. He is a big body.
Big body who sets screens and frees up a bunch of room for those guards that you mentioned, Kevin. But the interesting thing is about all the dirty work that Nurkic can do down low for this basketball team, picking up 10, 12 points in the painted area and putting a lot of pressure on the defense.
Now, here is Morris. He's still scoreless so far in this one.
And the powerful frame of Morris, difficult to knock him off his rhythm, and there finishing through the contact.
Jackson against Lillard. 1:57 left to play in the first half. Top of the key, Ariza. Clock at 6. Fires for 3. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
And it's another just bad decision on a night full of those. His shot selection tonight has been questionable at best.
On the wing, Williams, who's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Here's Morris. Not going to go that time. So the Trailblazers will take it the other way. They host the Kings after this game, and that game will kick off a 4-game homestand.
It took a little bit of time, but now he's taking the pen off the cap and putting his mark on this game.
Jackson kicks to Williams. With the fadeaway. And Embiid, the bucket on the assist by Williams. Embiid's got the lead up to 10 now for the Clippers. Portland's gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. Pass to Nurkic. Back to Hezonja. Shoots over Patterson. Hezonja's shot is off.
Well, he finds some space in that in-between gap there, Kevin. Too bad he can't release that one on target.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
Los Angeles shooting their third and fourth free throw shots of the night.
Taking 2 shots.
And that one misses.
And the Clippers franchise joined this league in 1970. They've never made it past the conference semifinals.
Yeah, but the last few years, when you talk about the landscape of Los Angeles, the Clippers have had a remarkable run. Much better record than the Lakers have had in Tinseltown. And so surprising to think of all the talent that's come through the Clipper doors in prior years. But this could be the year with these additions where they break through.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Puts one up from 19. Williams' shot is off. Trailblazers trail by 9. Down low, here's Collins, and he finishes nicely on the way up.
Even under some pressure there, Zach Collins able to stay with it and score.
Here's Williams. No points in the game yet for him. It's Richardson on the wing, and it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Williams.
Looked like a simple play and turned into a turnover. Can't give away possessions like that.
That's a 2 from Lillard, and the call will be against Yusuf Nurkic. That's his first foul. And so it's Los Angeles, bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. They've dictated the pace, pushed the ball at every chance, and it's paying off for them. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Kevin, thanks. Coach, it's been a grinded-out game. What have you seen from your team so far?
Well, we're competing. You know, neither team's really shooting the ball that well, but both teams are playing hard.
Energy always leads to good results. Thanks, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2K Sports, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Let's talk about that first half. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. At the end of the period, they held a 3-point lead. Checking out the Clippers, Shaq, what was your takeaway on the Clippers?
I don't think anyone expected to see such numbers from the bench. You know, I'm impressed. It was what they needed, the jolt they needed, Ernie. Wow, I never knew their bench. As a matter of fact, I don't even know any of their players coming off the bench. Man, keep going, bench guys.
Kenny, let's get your insight on Portland.
Their inaccuracy from behind the arc was brutal. Shot selection, I didn't see it. The perimeter offense they're running, you could scrap that. They need to get back to the basics. Pound it inside, more pick and roll. Try to pick up some easy buckets in transition.
And that's going to do it for our halftime show, sadly. Third quarter about to start. See you again after the final.
Horn. Oh, buzzer.
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. You have to like what we've seen so far from Damian Lillard.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, just way too easy out there, and I'm sure Coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books. One half to go. Now here's McCullum. Marcus Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Williams. Then it's Josh Richardson. And it's Embiid in at the 5. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Now here's Anthony. After the miss from Damian Lillard. 6 to shoot. From past the arc. Rebound Kawhi Leonard. Los Angeles leading by 7.
Many thought the Raptors or Lakers would land Kawhi, but in the end, he came to the Clippers to write his own legacy. Returning to Southern Cal, where he grew up, was a big part of his decision. The big surprise was how Kawhi was out recruiting other stars behind the scenes to join him with the Clippers.
And here's McCollum for 3. That shot, no good. Good work defensively by Richardson.
You talk about things at halftime, and then you come out and you go 0 for 3. I'm sure that wasn't up on the board.
And he's trying to shoot his way out of it. You know, they have the lead, but honestly, I think it might help if he'd be a little bit more selective tonight.
Lillard from outside gets it to go from beyond the arc. Lillard's got 14 points.
Yes, finally one drops after the 0 of 3 start.
Inside, Morris. And Morris throws it down.
And the thing about Morris, doesn't have the big vertical, but tenacious once he gets around the rim.
Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. McCollum with the ball. He's got 5. Passes it to Lillard for 3. The Clippers grab the miss. Leonard's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
Team starts the second half missing 4 of 5 shots. When does the coach possibly call a timeout and reiterate what he talked about at halftime? Okay, good game plan. Start the second half. 3 of 4 so far from the field.
There's the pass to McCullum. Now here's Little. Covered by Morris. Pass to Nurkic. And stolen by Williams. And now the Clippers on the break. Goes up. So it's Richardson with the jam.
I like to see Josh Richardson showing you he can get up and rattle the rim a little bit.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Simons, the pass to Whiteside. Takes the 3. Trent can't hit. Los Angeles leading by 13. In the corner, it's Richardson. 3-pointer, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Williams. Williams has got 5 assists tonight. Each team has a catalyst, Brent. Some guys are ball dominant, who play within the flow of the offense. Is there one approach better than the other?
Obviously, great coaches, Kevin, are going to find what it is that their best player does well. and as many times as I could get my best player into that situation, that's what I'm going to do. So if it's Harden in isolation, James Harden's going to be in isolation. If it's Steph Curry setting off-ball screens and relocating for threes, well, I'm going to do that too. So it all comes down to a fit with the player, his skill set, and how the coach wants to use that best.
Little with the ball. Guarded now by Morris. And the rejection by Embiid. Here's Richardson. Portland grabs the miss.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Ariza passes to Simons. Here's Trent. No good. They had a chance to end the run there. Richardson outside. Feeds it to Embiid. Can't hit that one. Now Portland takes it the other way. Here's Trent. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. On deep. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Embiid's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
I don't think this is a conditioning issue, but they look like they've lost their legs here in the second half.
Now a timeout called by Portland. And even though he's been nagged by injury for a few years, Brent, Kawhi is still a top 2A threat when he's healthy.
Well, the fact that Kawhi Leonard could move on from San Antonio, get to that Toronto team that needed just an extra push to do something in the Eastern Conference, especially with the absence of LeBron James. Kawhi Leonard absolutely dominated last year's playoffs and took Toronto to a championship. And now, for the first time, he's had the choice to continue his career somewhere. He's going to do that back home in Los Angeles for the Clippers.
So for the Clippers, Zubac is checked in for Embiid. Harrell comes in for Marcus Morris. And it's Jackson in for Williams. Trailblazers trail by 19. Pass to Nurkic. Here's Simons. Portland again missing.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Well, Harrell gets up there and he uses that long wingspan for the finish.
Mccullum up top. Richardson covering. Mccollum no good.
And they just can't find a way to end this thing. Nothing falling right now.
Frustration seems to be mounting here, and you can see not just in their faces, but right now in their quick and hurried shot selection.
And Simons has got the ball here for the Trailblazers. Outside Collins. Simons surveying the D. To end the cold streak. No good that time. And the Clippers will come the other way. Leonard attacking. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Think about Montrezl Harrell and the type of energy and effort that he brought last year to this team to help solidify, I guess, most of the culture piece of what Steve Ballmer wants this franchise to be about. That's playing hard, playing with energy, and having some enthusiasm for the competition. Montrezl Harrell wraps all those things up pretty nicely in the way he plays.
And so he hits both. And Montrezl Harrell, Brent, beloved in the locker room.
Well, he's beloved because every night when you go out on the floor with him, you know what you're going to get. A guy who is incredibly competitive, passionate, knows his role, and plays with a physical presence that he doesn't shy away from anybody that's on the floor. That's infectious.
Here's Simons. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Ariza outside. 6 on the shot clock. Passes to Simons. Fires the three. Kawhi Leonard with the rebound. Leonard's got his 5th rebound in this one.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Here's Mccullum. Connects on the 9-footer. McCollum's got 7 points in the game.
Well, play him to take the drive, and you're backing up. He's good enough to stop right there and pull up for the easy jumper.
1:33 left in the 3rd quarter of the game. Now here's Leonard. Guarded closer. That one misses. Collins with some nice D. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Whiteside's checked in for Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Zach Collins. Hood's checked in for Trevor Ariza. And Damian Lillard is subbed in for Anthony Simmons. Now here's Jackson. He has 6. The pass to Zubac. In the corner, it's Richardson. And here is Harrell. And here's Leonard from 3. Drills the three-pointer. He's got 18.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Richardson against McCollum. Lillard outside. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCullum. And that's 17 points for Lillard.
Yeah, Damian Lillard, this is some Oaktown response. You make one, I got you back.
It's Richardson on the wing, covered by Anthony. Here's Harrell, and the layup is good. Harrell's got 4 points this quarter.
It seems like they found their rhythm offensively, and they're shooting the ball much better out of the break.
Right side against Zubac. Here's McCollum. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
He's just a hard guy not to foul. C.J. McCollum is so versatile as a scorer, you never know which move he's going to go to.
And he makes the first, but misses the second. Kawhi Leonard has been on display for Los Angeles. And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Here's Leonard. And on the floor for Portland here in the 4th. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Anthony out there with Whiteside, and it's Hood in at the 3. And then Leonard with the dunk.
Steady strides in Kawhi Leonard being more and more comfortable as the go-to scorer for this team.
Here's Lillard. Here's a garbage time question, Brent. Why do some teams leave their star players in the game even though the game has either been won or lost?
Forgetful coaches? No. Well, I don't know if...
if you're leading by 35 points late in the game.
And the star player is still in the game. Somebody's made a mistake with regards to the rotations. Quite frankly, there's really no reason for guys to be out there at that time.
Yeah.
Early on in the season, it might be that the coach wants to start and play with certain guys, but as the season goes on, you just don't see that very much.
Jackson misses.
He looked like he rushed it a bit. The defense wasn't terrible, but still, he's got to knock that down.
And it's out of bounds as the Portland Trailblazers retain possession. And Los Angeles with some changes. Morris comes in for Leonard. Lou Williams is subbed in for Jackson. They get it back. Whiteside, good.
Whiteside beats everybody to the ball, but then maybe the wingspan helps out. 7'7", reach over the top, snatch that.
And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That's on Lou Williams.
And you talk about shot makers. C.J. McCollum, one of the best in the game. From mid-range, you could argue he's the best, flat out.
And you look at the shot chart from McCollum. He's a threat rate from everywhere.
Able to hit off the bounce, pulling up. At his height, he's got to be creative making space for his shot.
Now, here's Shamet. Clock at 6. Here's Williams. It's good.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Here's McCullum. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Brent, a lot of teams will be paying that luxury tax, and that is a tough thing for a lot of owners to swallow. Is this the best method to deter teams from going over the cap and overspending and outspending smaller markets?
You're hitting the nail on the head, Kevin, because there are some teams, as much as you said it's tough for some teams to swallow, there are other teams that never see that pill.
Right.
And they're willing to go as far as they need to go in order to put a championship team on the floor. It seems to be working, but the question you have for me, was it a deterrent right now? I don't know if it's as significant as it needs to be. We know the repeater tax certainly hurts some teams, but there are still teams that are willing to spend, Kevin, and that's really tough on small market teams who want to avoid that at all costs.
Now, here is Morris. After the miss from Damian Lillard. Nobody near Williams. Drops in the tray. Williams has got 5 points now this quarter.
He was sitting back a little bit there in the first half, but feels like showtime now, and he's ready to put some major points up on the board.
Now, here's Whiteside, taken away by Williams. To the inside, Patterson. Good, great play by Williams to set it up. Williams has got 6 assists in the game.
Well, Patterson usually on the perimeter, this time down on the inside, doing a little bit of damage.
Here's Lillard. And then Lillard slams it in.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Now here's Williams. Lets it fly. Carmelo Anthony grabs the board. Anthony's got 5 rebounds tonight. Mccullum outside. He kicks to Lillard. And stolen by Patterson. Williams looking over the floor. Player salary is obviously a large investment, Brent. What are some other investments that owners can make to help their team get better, either on the floor or off?
Massive one, Kevin, obviously, is in terms of your players' wellness and what it is that you're doing with your physical therapy staff, your strength and conditioning staff, because you want these guys available at the best and maximum potential physically that they can give you. A lot of teams, quite frankly, in the past couple of seasons, Kevin, looking into other ways, holistic therapies, mental approach that they can have mental wellness for their players as part of their programming. So teams that think you build some beautiful practice facility and just let the guys go bounce the ball around and shoot are absolutely missing.
Right? Yes.
Yeah, they're missing the boat on what it is that their players require, need, and need to be complete as people.
Just 5 to shoot. Patterson can't get it to go.
The defense better tighten up on the mid-range. They're much, much tighter. You expect him to make every single one of those. No, that's excellent. Get the ball down deep inside and cash in on a simple basket.
And so it's Williams who brings it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. And a huge piece of the Tobias Harris trade last year, Brent, Landry Shamet shows a lot of promise.
Interesting for Lambeau, as they call him, at age 22 out of Wichita State, to come into the league, show his ability to shoot from the three-point line, shot 40% from deep while taking over 4 a game last year, seemed very comfortable in seeking out the line. And the opportunity for him now with the star power around him, a lot more is going to open up for Landry Shamet to be a 3rd or 4th guy on the offensive end to make some major contributions.
Hezonja, he's checked in for Portland. Good on both.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
Pass to Whiteside. Williams against Lillard. Back to Whiteside. Hezonja kicks to Whiteside. Portland needs to get off a shot. Taken away by Williams. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Williams has got 10 points here in the second half.
Well, you deserve that kind of treatment if you're going to get up in Lou Williams like that. Terrific at getting... Another reminder, Kevin, that Damian Lillard can be explosive, and we love it.
And the contract structure for NBA first-rounders, 2 years guaranteed, 2 years of team options, qualifying offer. Brent, should we consider changing that up?
I think it's working pretty well, Kevin. I think every front office is out there trying to find players out there that are giving you value beyond your contract. And that happens a lot when you're a team that has a first-round pick, 1 through 10, 1 through 20, and you hit on a draft choice. You potentially could get 3 years and sometimes 4 when you have incredible players coming into the league as their first year, changing franchises around. But a player that's providing way more value than the contract that they're getting at that time. So I don't see that changing much. It gives teams a long enough time to evaluate the talent coming in.
Seems to be working.
It does. And the players that prove it are looking at the calendar saying, could I fast forward 3 years? Because I really like to cash in on what I'm doing for you.
And the Trailblazers making a change here. McCollum's checked in.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Clippers.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win, a game that not many will soon forget, and on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And it'll mark their 4th win on the year, actually their 5th win on the year.
And they've taken control of the season series. This brings them to 2-0 with 1 game left against this squad.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Kawhi Leonard.
It looked like a couple times they might be wearing him down, but not the case. At the offensive end, he was just devastating.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Scoring has always been Lillard's strength, but last season a career high in assists. And you wonder how much a healthy Nurkic is going to help propel this team as they've equipped themselves with some interesting players at the wing position to try to take another step forward in the Western Conference.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Williams kicks to Green. Here's Noah. Anthony with the defensive effort.
And the effort never stops with him. No easy shots when he's on the floor.
Well, it's about the defensive end, and that's what guys feed off. He gives the effort down there at all times.
Lillard from outside. Off target with that shot. So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far.